mute.
Yeah, don't forget to mute, Bill.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So, Bill is on the phone. I am here. Sean just emailed. It just came in, hot off the press, exactly 7 p.m. He's not attending. So, the first item up is public comment. Do we have any public comments? None today? Okay. Moving right along. Bill, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, I had to mute.
Okay, so the first thing up is approval of minutes, and we have 5 of them.
Uh-oh, 5.
Yep, February 22nd through April 3rd. Is there something you haven't read?
No, I got you.
Okay. So I make a motion to approve the February 22nd, 2024 minutes. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
I always ask any
Aye.
questions or
Oh,
comments.
any questions? On the minutes? No? Okay, approved.
You're gonna
Oh,
vote.
all in favor, say aye, sorry, aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next up, I make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 6th Board of Supervisors workshop meeting. Do I have a second?
Bill?
Yes, ma'am, I said aye. I second.
Oh,
You
sorry,
second?
we didn't hear you. You
No, it
muted.
didn't come through. Okay.
I apologize. I'm yelling at the kids and don't want to hear you guys.
Any questions on
We'll
the
think you're
March?
yelling at us, it's okay.
Any questions on the March 6th minutes? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next up, I make a motion to approve the March 13th, 2024 Board of Supervisors meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
I second.
Any questions on the March 13th minutes? Okay. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the March 21st, 2024 Board of Supervisors special meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
I second.
Any questions on the March 21st minutes? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
And lastly, I make a motion to approve the Board of Supervisors workshop meeting minutes dated April 3rd, 2024. Do I have a second?
I second.
Any questions on the April 3rd minutes?
Yes, yes, thank you.
All in favor?
John,
Aye.
go out there. Aye.
Okay. Finally got some minutes approved. Okay.
Hey, finally.
5 down. Okay. Next up, new business is the appointment of our new manager. So I make a motion to approve the manager's contract and appoint Aaron Walliser as the Upper Frederick Township manager. Do I have a second?
I second.
Do I ask for questions?
Well, you can just let everybody know, so we're gonna let Aaron introduce himself when we're done, but if anybody has any specific comments, we can certainly, or questions, we can certainly answer them.
Is Mr. Walliser there?
He is here, and we're gonna let him introduce himself to everybody once you vote on his contract.
Perfect.
So you have a motion and a second, go ahead, you can vote.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay, so next up, we'll let Aaron introduce himself to the group that showed up. Oh my gosh, I totally did not turn the two copies. Oh my gosh.
No, I asked you if you remember.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron Walliser. As you just heard, I'm appointed the new township manager for Upper Frederick here. I'm coming from a background of public service. I've been in public service my entire professional career, from the outside of college all the way up through now. I have an MPA from Villanova University in municipal management, focusing on finance and city management. I was previously the Assistant Township Manager for Doylestown, and I was the Borough Manager for Collindale. And I'm really looking forward to getting in here and doing a great job and working with all the fine people of Upper Frederick.
Welcome.
So Aaron is gonna start on Monday, so you'll be seeing him around the township, and we'll get everybody, his name will go up, his contact information and all that, once we get him in here and get him initiated.
Great.
Thank you for being here this evening too.
Great.
I just have a question. Will this be the only job that Aaron holds, being the township supervisor? He won't hold any other positions in any other townships?
Correct.
Yes,
He's township manager.
exactly.
Correct. This
Yeah.
is an exclusive contract.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody else? No? You good? Okay. The last item I just had,
Well, Sue, I would just
do you
let
have
everybody.
something else you need to do? I'm sorry.
No, I would just let everybody know that the planning commission appointments, because not everybody's here tonight, I'm assuming
yes.
you're gonna wait on that until next week at the regular meeting.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, I mean, if you have somebody or you know what you wanna do, that's fine, we can move forward with it, but Bill,
We can appoint the person. I'm just drawing a blank on his name,
Do
so
you-
the paperwork.
do you have anything on the planning commission appointments?
Mr. Ditzler, I was gonna nominate Mr. Ditzler to get him on there. We had another gentleman that was gonna put in, but he's fallen ill.
Okay,
And now we only have one candidate, but he's been our only candidate for the past 4 months.
okay, so,
Okay.
Forward with putting him on there tonight.
okay, so do you wanna make that motion then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would like to make a motion to nominate Tom Ditzler to the planning commission, and I believe the term is for 3 years.
Okay,
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
you can go
All
ahead, but,
those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
any questions?
Aye.
Anybody have any questions?
So there's one planning commission seat open right now.
There's
After
two.
this.
Oh,
Right,
one
after this, yes, there'll be one more.
One more. okay.
Yep, anybody's interested, we're still taking applications,
Yep.
please. You wanna go back to running 3?
Sorry, I literally just skipped right over it. Number 2. And then community day there's no motions or anything, it's just I wanted to bring up, I went to the the Parks and Rec meeting last week, and Kevin and the team are a little concerned that we're getting a late start to getting community day started and scheduling all the sponsors and community agencies, and raffle donations, and the farmers market. So I just was really hoping, that we could, if anybody was interested in volunteering to help make phone calls, to just pick up an extra person or two to help facilitate some of the tasks that need to be done. Desiree gave me the plan, so I have that, and I'm meeting with Kate tomorrow at 4 to kind of go over some questions about the plan itself as well, kind of, Kevin. So if there's anybody that's interested, or if you know of anybody that you think might be interested, I just wanted to try to see if we can get any other extra legs helping out making the phone calls and reaching out to all the contacts.
So should they get in touch with you?
Yeah.
If they want to?
Can I ask, like, what does that entail? What do you mean by making phone calls? Are these established contacts or what? Not
The contact
cold calling?
names, it's not cold calling, no, the task list has all the sponsors that were at the last meeting, at the last community day. It has, community agencies that are supposed to, it says send letters, and they go out in April, it said on the plan. So here we are in June, so I guess that's probably a concern with what the community agencies do. Do you know what is the role of the community agencies? I didn't really look at the plan in detail, so.
They come and just provide information to all the residents, like the Sheriff's Department of Pennsylvania, the state police, there's a whole list of them, but that's basically what they do, is just come and provide information for the public.
Okay. So all the contacts are there. It's just a matter of trying to get a couple people to help make some phone calls and follow up on a few specific contacts. Divide and conquer, try to help them out. Okay. we can put some up on the website too.
Do you want people to reach out to you if they watch the video later? Do you want them to reach out
Yeah,
to
they
you?
can reach out to me, or Kevin, I mean, he's the head, but
Perfect.
I'm trying to help them out by making some phone calls, so I'll start that next week.
Well, and if you don't know, since I didn't know, Community Day is September 28th, which is the last Saturday of the month. Is it here at the
It's on the
township?
premises, yeah. So we'll get, obviously, Aaron involved as well, so. Now he's on board Monday, so I'll review the plan with you and we can start making calls. Okay, so the next thing is upcoming meetings. We have the Board of Supervisors regular meeting a week from tonight, June 12th. We have the Parks Board meeting on June 25th. And then the Planning Commission meeting on June 27th. All three meetings start at 7 p.m. Announcements. Just a reminder, there is a suggestion box for Community Day and other community events in the lobby. If anybody has any suggestions, and continue urging our residents to register for the ReadyMontco emergency alerts. We are getting into hurricane season. They're saying it could be a bad hurricane season, which would mean increased flooding and needs to reach, reasons to need to reach our residents, so. Okay. Yes.
Can I just request at the next week's meeting that we get an update on the code enforcement? There was a couple properties for code enforcement that we've been working on for the last few months, and some updates would be helpful. I'm sure Norm will anyway, but just in case if it's not there.
Yeah, we did task him with providing those updates at every monthly meeting.
Perfect.
Yeah, 'cause the one unfortunately is still living in the van.
Yep.
As far as updates, just to kind of follow along with what's been requested next week as far as follow-up, could we get an update on the repayment of the $5,000 that Mr. Trey was proposed to pay back to the township? Where do we stand on that? Has it been paid back? Is it partially paid back?
It's my understanding it's been paid back in full.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I want to hear that at next month's meeting. And I guess that's it.
Okay.
And the other thing is, one other thing I want to ask, the person who was a auditor, was his resignation accepted by the board?
Mm-hmm.
I know it was brought up, but I never heard where it was officially accepted by the board.
It should
Dave
be.
Hartlines, you mean? Or, the follow-up gentleman.
Right. I don't think it was ever
I think it should be in one of those minutes, but we'll double check.
yeah,
And
I don't
if-
think it was.
We'll
If we
find
missed
it,
we'll.
and if not, we'll address that at the next meeting.
Right.
Because I remember we started talking about it, and then we were like, well, that's not on the agenda, we're not supposed to talk about it, so I
But
remember.
I don't think it was officially talked about or accepted.
Okay. We'll find out, and if not, we'll make sure it's an agenda item.
Okay.
And I have another question. Are there any outstanding loans that the township has at this point in time? Like, in general, any kind of loans that are outstanding? Because I find it funny that the treasurer never comes to these meetings. And that's something that I think would be beneficial to the overall audience, to at least have that person show up at some of these meetings. But my general question, I hope it could be answered by next week's meeting, are there any outstanding loans that the township has at this point in time?
Okay. Is that unusual or normal for a treasurer to attend the regular?
It's not unusual.
It's not unusual?
No,
Okay,
it's
so
not unusual.
Okay.
But I think it's unusual not to attend any meetings, that's my point.
And typically, you might have the treasurer more like around the audit time, like with when your audit's complete, to come in and say, here were the findings, that sort of thing. But we'll find out about the loans. And we can talk about whether having somebody come to a future meeting to give information.
And then a follow-up to that, and it's probably more in line with the solicitor, are there any outstanding lawsuits
Yes,
that are pending with
There are.
the township? Could you
Yes.
explain or could you expound on that?
yes. Can I do that at the next meeting so I
Yeah,
can bring a
sure.
list?
Yeah,
So, but yes, the answer to your question is yes, there are a few outstanding lawsuits against the township.
okay.
If you're gonna do the loans, can we include the water and sewer?
You wanna know,
Because technically, it's not the township. Because I think the water and sewer does have some outstanding
Right here,
debt.
right here, right here, right here.
Bill, put us on mute, please. Sorry. Yes, I will,
Because I know they do have some debt issues, which isn't the township. It's,
It's Perk Crossing
yeah,
and Ivy Ridge.
yeah, it's the sewers that have the debt, not the township.
okay, we'll ask if there's any across either.
If those loans are defaulted on, isn't it on the township anyway?
I think the money's borrowed from the township.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you think the sewer borrowed from the township?
I think that's how it worked out at one point.
So
So,
essentially, it's on the, yeah.
yeah,
Would depend on if the township was a guarantor or
yeah,
the lender.
I don't know how it all worked, but when they did one of the upgrades, it was, had to have some money borrowed,
Okay,
which you have to do from time to time.
alright. I'll put
I'm
it
sure
on the
Linda will
list.
know the status of that.
Yeah,
Linda Major is the.
that's a nightmare since day one.
Yeah, and the role of the treasurer per second-class township code, per second-class township code as well, you know, just like what is the role, what are they doing? Because I don't think they're involved in the day-to-day, right? And they're, the treasurer, really, it's more of a, just an elected
Yeah, because
office.
Kate always does, Kate does all the bills, she
Yeah.
posts the payments to the system, she
Yeah.
deposits all the checks, but the treasurer, I think, does all the monthly balancing, and
Oh,
makes
really?
sure
Sure.
that, that's my, and she prepares the monthly report for the Board of Supervisors meeting.
Okay.
She does prepare that.
Because I looked back through what I could find on the website as far as financials, and I don't see any point in time where the $5,000 was paid back to the township. So maybe that could be pointed out next week, what document that was contained in,
Okay.
and when it was paid back, and so on and so forth. Because I looked and I couldn't find it.
Okay. I'm fairly certain, based on the interview with Aaron, he's really into finances, so I have a feeling he's gonna get very acquainted with Linda. There's some certification, I remember you saying you'd like to,
But in my mind, that should
Yeah,
pop
for
right out, that
township.
should be a line item, it should be easy to identify. And unless I'm overlooking it completely, I looked like 2 or 3 times and couldn't find it for the last 2 or 3 years I looked through.
It was paid back pretty quick, right after it all happened,
Yeah.
as I recall.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll get you an answer.
One last item, I promise. The website. I used to sign up before we switched over. I got automatic alerts, like if the meeting was canceled or if the agenda changed. Is that possible now, or is that not? Because it didn't continue over, and I looked to try to sign up for it to get those notices again. Is that possible with the new website, or is that
I don't
something?
see why it wouldn't be,
Yeah,
but I will check. Bill, actually, Bill's more involved with the website.
Look at-
He muted us.
Subscribe to the calendar?
I'm in, you guys, you with the website, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you know, if the new website, if you wanted to, it's the email notices of the agendas and changes?
Yeah, just like any notices coming out of the township, you get an email.
No, so there is, and the last I heard, he was supposed to, I think his name is Travis, he was gonna be working with Kate to update that. So I used to get the updates as well, and I haven't been getting them, so I put the question forward too. I'll tell you what I will do, tomorrow morning I'll call Travis, I'll get some information, and then I'll, at the next meeting, I'll make sure it's up and running for us.
Great,
Perfect.
okay.
Thanks, Bill.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
Okay. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor? Or we
And
just
I
get to
apologize,
adjourn?
I'm so sorry, everybody, I apologize. The only two times I'm not done this stuff.
Did you take a vote?
All in favor of adjourning? Aye.
Hi.
Great. Thanks, Bill, for calling in. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, everybody, have a good evening. Bye.
Thanks, Bill.